South Florida home buyers, now is your time. So many of you were hoping and wishing, and you couldn't wait for the day that there was properties to choose from, multiple condos on the market, more single families on the market, so that you could choose what you wanted, so that you could perhaps have some leverage in your negotiation. Well, that time has arrived, folks. It has arrived. Anthony Lamacchia here, broker owner of Lamacchia Realty, serving South Florida and New England. I'm here to talk to you about a full market update. I want to look at 2023. I want to talk about where we are now. And then we're going to take a peek at my 2024 predictions that I put out around Christmas. But I actually have some updates since then to talk to you all about. So let's first go back and take a look at 2023. We have a complete report here on LamacchiaRealty.com with our 2023 year in review. I'm just going to go over the highlights. South Florida sales declined 17%. If you take a look at this graph here, Broward County was 17%. Miami-Dade was 23%. Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. Let me put it up there. There we go. Miami-Dade was 23%. And Palm Beach, 10%. So as I said, you can see it right there in the text. Overall sales down 17%. If you look at the three counties, Miami-Dade got hit the hardest. But what is interesting and something that I want to note is condos got hit harder. Notice this text right here in the report. Single family sales down 21%. I'm sorry. Condo sales down 21, almost 22%. Single families down 12%. There's a reason for that. Condo inventory is going up. Condo guidelines have changed. There's many special assessments and increases in condo fees, and that is what creates good opportunity. I'll get back to that in a few minutes, but let me walk you through this report. Now, when I scroll down, South Florida annual number of homes sold. You know, when I look at this, even though sales are down 17%, and last year they were down, but look at 21. 21 was an anomaly. It was an outlying year based on COVID and so many people moving to Florida, and that's what substantially tightened inventory. And now inventory is adjusting back the other way. It's going up. And when that happens, it's not a straight line. It's not easy. And there's some bumps along the way. You get some properties sitting. You get some sellers that get frustrated. They can't sell for as much as they want, but that's part of the adjustment period. If you look here at condos, townhouses, yeah, they're down from the last 12 years, but not down by that much. I mean, they're down to 40,000. You measure the last 12 years, excluding 2022 and 21, it's in the 40,000. You look at single families, yeah, they're down a bit more. They're in the high 30,000s. The last 10 years, they were in the 40s. Not the end of the world. Certainly not down as much as up north. Average prices across South Florida. This is interesting. 2023, prices up 3.5% over 2022. You can see the change right here. You also can see Broward was up about 2.9, Miami-Dade 2.7, Palm Beach County 5.4. But look at the prices, how much they've gone up since the last time we had a housing downturn. Look at this. 08, 9, 10, 11 prices, average price single family 300,000. Today 900. I also want you to note the average in 19 around 500,000. Now we're at 900. Townhouses, the average around 2019 for condos and townhouses 300,000. Now we're at 500,000. So any of you that are saying, oh, the market's going to completely crash, prices are going to completely fall out, I don't agree with you. Now, don't hear that and say, oh, he's being a salesperson. No, I'm not. Okay, hear me out for a few minutes. I've been putting out blunt predictions in the New England market for 15 years. I am known as the guy that will say it when I think prices are going down. I put that in my predictions for 2024. Yes, I repeat. I expect some softening in prices in South Florida in 2024. This should be exciting for all of you home buyers. Even you home sellers who want to sell your home and buy something bigger, you should be excited about that, okay? That is the kind of thing that creates opportunity. It makes it easier for you to actually move, okay? And that's why I'm talking about it. If you look at my predictions, and I'm going to show you those now, If you look at my predictions for 2024, these are my overall predictions. I go through New England states, I go through Florida. I'm going to scroll down and get to the point for all of you. By the way, you can look at these predictions by logging on to anthonyspredictions.com. That's anthonyspredictions.com. But if you just jump to the bottom here, you can see what I said, and you can see I separated my predictions, northern states, South Florida. The reason I was not as pessimistic with pricing in the northern states is there is much less inventory. In Florida, particularly with condos, there's more inventory. So take a look at this. I expect prices to go down somewhere between 3 and 5% for single families and condos to go down 5 to 8%. Now, some of you will see that and say, oh my God, I'm scared away. I don't want to buy. I should wait. Okay, what do you want to wait for? Let me ask you this. Do you want to wait until inventory substantially tightens up again and you have to go in and negotiate or not even be able to negotiate and compete, I should say, with 10 or 15 other offers? Because those times will come back. Of course they will. We're in a very interesting period where the market in South Florida is not only going through a real estate adjustment with higher interest rates, but it's also in Florida getting hit a little bit harder, particularly South Florida, because of all the condos and the condo rules and regulations that are changing. And they have to have the sufficient amount of monies in reserves by December 31st, 2024. I'll tell you a secret. I think that'll get extended there. I suspect they will allow more time, but they're probably not going to extend it today or tomorrow because they want to keep pressure on condo associations to get things in order. But as that happens, there's an equilibrium period. There's an adjustment. Inventory in condos is raising, having a harder time selling. We're seeing some areas that have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 month supply of inventory. For buyers, that should excite you. For sellers, folks, you've got to be realistic. You have to understand. If you are a condo seller, you have to be more aggressive with your price. If your neighbor in the last 6 months sold for $500,000, you probably need to list at $475 or $480. If you do that, you might even get multiple offers. You might get more than 1 or 2 offers, and you might be able to sell on the money at the asking price. If you stretch and go $525 when your neighbor just sold at $500, your property is likely to sit. Single families, you don't have to be as aggressive, but you also cannot price it like it's 2021. You have to be realistic. And for you property owners, condos or singles that bought in 18 or 19, if you're looking at things and saying, gee, I don't think I can sell for as much as I did a year ago, well, keep in mind that you're still selling for substantially more than you bought in 2018, 19, 20. Substantially more. Massively, substantially more than 10, 15 years ago. So please keep that in mind. Keep your expectations in line. And if you are buying or selling, folks, you need to be working with a Lamacchia Realty realtor. They will walk you through these things. They will represent you. They will make sure that when you're getting into a condo complex, they're working with you to figure out what is going on with the inventory, what is going on in that particular market. Real estate is hyper-local. What is going on with condo guidelines and things like that? Same with single families. They're going to help you. Same with sellers. Sellers, you work with one of our realtors at Lamacchia Realty, they're going to work with you and assist you in pricing correctly, okay? Whether you are selling or buying from Miami up to all the way up to Port St. Lucie, well through, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, we have realtors working all of those areas, okay? And they live in those areas. So that's all, folks. Stay tuned. I will be back with additional updates. To see the full South Florida real estate update and all the text that came out for 2023, and soon for the month of January, visit lamacchiarealty.com. That's all, folks. Thank you. Good luck home buying and selling.